in spiritual culture, a lot of us get caught up in the identities that are associated with it. So we feel like we have to show up in the world a certain way in order to appear this persona as a spiritual person. This is everything to do with ego and nothing to really do with spirituality. Hello, magical, powerful beings. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Maya, and I am a shamanic practitioner, and you're most welcome in this sacred and safe space with me. So in this video, I'm going to share with you a bit of wisdom that has been downloaded to me, and I really hope that this helps some of you on the spiritual path. So the identity of being a spiritual person can really limit us in our human expression because we feel like we need to behave and act a certain way in order to be this persona of a spiritual good person. And now I just want to kind of debunk that because this is everything to do with ego and nothing to really do with spirituality. So I'm going to give you a little bit of example. So right now I am staying at my parents' house, and yesterday I was wearing these pants and they were super wrinkly. So I go to my sister, my mom, and I'm like, hey, do these pants look okay? They're super wrinkly. Like, do you think it's fine? And my mom responds, aren't you supposed to be a spiritual person? So shouldn't you not care about those kinds of things? And then this really struck me for a moment. Because I have noticed it's not just about beauty, it's also about money and status and all these other things that maybe our ego gets a lot of pleasure from, but maybe our spirit also gets pleasure from. And I have another example. I remember a couple of years ago, I was dating this man, and wow, he mirrored so much to me that like my shadows, my wounds that needed to be worked through really fucking came out in that relationship. And towards the end, when he broke up with me, because yeah, he wasn't down to do this shadow work with me. And so he broke up with me. Fair enough. I get it. It's not for everyone. And he said, you're supposed to be a spiritual person. What is all of this? Aren't you supposed to be peaceful? Aren't you supposed to be nice and joyful all the time? What is this whole thing about you're a spiritual person? Aren't you supposed to be X, Y, and Z? Now, let's talk about how extremely limiting this identity can be on a being, right? So when you're walking the spiritual path and you're becoming awakened, it's very easy to listen to other teachers, other guides, other gurus, whatever you want to call them, and give your power away and say, I'm supposed to talk, walk, and look like that. But actually, spirituality and this awakening path is, no, I'm supposed to go so deep inside myself in my truth and express whatever my truth is. So let me give another example. I remember I was vegan for a long time, and this felt like my truth at the time to be vegan. And then one day my body was like, you need to start eating meat again. And it had been many, many years since I ate meat. I took a long time to decide to do that. And then now I eat meat, and it's great for my body. It's great for my connection to the earth. There's definitely a spiritual sector community that is like, believes you have to be vegan in order to connect with God and to have a clear vessel. And for sure, whatever, that's your belief, and I respect that. But for me, that was not in my truth, and that was also not aligned with my bodily health. And so that was a choice. Do I follow veganism because a certain type of spiritual expression believes that that is the way, or do I follow my own bodily truth, what I feel I need for my body, and I'm going to eat meat in a respectful way, in a way in which I respect the animal and the plants and the fungi and all the things I eat, because for me, they are equal. It doesn't matter if you're an ant or an elephant, it's all equal in my eyes. So I'm going to equally respect whatever it is, whatever life I am taking and I'm ingesting, from the cellular level to the macro level. So that was something that was in my truth. And so when we are following certain teachers, when we're following certain methods, it is so easy to give our power away to something outside of self. Sorry, this video is going all over the place, but I'm just talking about what's alive. So in the idea of beauty, right? So in the example of yesterday when my mother said to me, aren't you supposed to not care about beauty? Well, whether it's the God you pray to, whether it's your beauty, whether it's the Instagram followers you have, whether it is the job you have, doesn't matter. We are allowed to embrace it, express it, experience it, receive pleasure. But the moment we cross the line and we become a slave to it and it owns us, that's where it gets tricky. So when it comes to beauty, for example, or money, absolutely I can care about it. I can embrace it and love it. But if beauty gets in the way for me showing up and being in service to the planet, then I'm a slave to it. If money gets in the way of me showing up and using my heart to hold space for my clients and to do the sacred work I do, I'm a slave to it. If I am using Instagram and using YouTube just to get followers and to get fame and all that, I'm a slave to it. I step out of my dharma. I step out of my sacred work. So I'm allowed, as a being, as a human being and a spiritual being and a child of the earth, to seek pleasure from money. I'm allowed to receive money because money helps me have health. It helps me have amazing food and a house to live in and all these things that keep me centered, safe, calm, peace, so that I can show up for other beings and be more in service. Money allows me to invest more in my business so that I can outreach to more people, so that I can be a better facilitator, a better space holder. Okay? Beauty is goddess. Beauty is divine feminine. I'm allowed to feel beauty because what does beauty also give me? It gives me confidence. So I can show up and be able to speak in front of thousands of people and be like, yeah, this is my truth and I feel good in my body. I feel good in myself. I'm going to work out. I want to feel healthy. Not to feel like I need that beauty in order to show up. You can see some of my other YouTube videos. I am not wearing makeup. You can see on my Instagram that I'm not ruled by beauty. I don't try to express beauty all the time, and I don't let beauty get in the way of me standing and channeling and speaking my truth. But I like a little bit of makeup. I like to dress nice. It's not something I need, but it's something I like, and it gives me pleasure and joy. So I'm not a slave to it, but I can enjoy it. I'm not a slave to money, but I can enjoy it. So this is where the spiritual community gets so tricky because, yeah, there's for sure periods of time where we need to strip ourselves from money and beauty and whatever else we become slaves to so that we can learn how to appreciate it and how to be empowered by it. So I really challenge you to feel into, what are you a slave to? Is it the God that you pray to that you feel guilty if you don't live up to this high expectations of this God? Is it the money that you literally are working jobs that feel so out of your truth, so out of your dharma that you fucking hate to do it in order to get this money? Is it Instagram or YouTube followers or whatever on social media? And so you feel like you need to act and show up in a way that they like and they want to see, rather than showing up in a way that is in your deepest truth, that is your authentic self. So whatever it is, it's very easy to become a slave to something and to give our power away. That is one of the beautiful muscles that we get to experience in the human life, is how to rise into our own power and to not give ourselves away. And we all do it. We all give ourselves away. I'm not gonna be here to tell you what is and isn't spirituality, because that is your truth to discover, because there is no certain way you have to act or show up in the world. All I can do is share my practices and my way of being to help inspire you. But I will say that when you go to a yoga class and you feel like you have to perform in a certain way, or when you feel like you have to draw face tattoos on your face to look a certain way, or when you feel like you have to act or behave a certain way, that doesn't really feel totally in your truth, that is not spirituality, that's humanality in my truth. That's humanality, let's say. And I invite you to go so deep into your humanality. So say, I gotta go to yoga class, and then you're doing the movements and you're like really performative and you're like, I look so spiritual right now. Yes, look at me. That is an invitation of, let me go deeper as to why I feel I look so spiritual, or why I feel I need to show up in this way. And that's where God is. That's where Goddess is. That's where spirit is. That's where truth is. As to, why do I need to show up in this way? And go so deep in there. So deep in that humanality. And yeah. And I wonder what will move through you when you do that. That is personally my spiritual practice, is why do I show up in the way I show up? And can I love and accept it and not judge it? And also, what is in my deepest truth? And how can I live more from my truth? Because my God is not something I pray to outside of self. My God is in here. I'm not a slave to that God because I am God. I'm not a slave to this planet and how things show up because I am this planet and how the things are. I am what is. So when we're able to shift our mindset, then we're able to move more from that space of love, unconditional, non-judgmental love. So I'm saying these words and I embody these words, but am I always 100% embodied in these words? Fuck no. I am tested all the time. Okay, dog is barking, house is loud, phone's almost out of storage. So that's an invitation to just stop there. I'm gonna let this video stay chaotic. It's pretty broad and all over the place, and let you just pick the pieces that feel you need to pick from this. There's gonna be a lot more diving into the different avenues of this topic. But yeah, I hope this was in service to you. Let me know. Talk to me in the comments. Let's have a full discussion. Let's keep this space. This is a safer container for you to discuss whatever it is you would like to discuss in the comments. I can't guarantee that other people will not project onto you, but I'm really here to help be in service to you and provide spaces for this. So much love to you, brother, sister, they, sir. Thank you for tuning into this video. One just quick thing, if you're still here, I have a free workshop that you might be interested in, and so yeah, just check out the link below. You can get access to this free workshop. I also got some other amazing, juicy, and powerful workshops here, so just take a look at my website. You can, and also if you're interested in working with me in one-on-one shamanic coaching, you can also check out my main website. You can look at my coaching program and see, yeah, the amazing stuff that I offer if you're interested in more. But other than that, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.